All right.
Bring it home, babe.
All right. So
Final take.
So one goal for this year's Adam's X is to find Frank Gianfrancesco.
You know who you are, Frank.
Okay, so Frank, Laura loves two stories that I tell about Frank. Now, Frank, if you ever hear this, I don't just go around telling stories about you.
Yes, he totally does.
I don't. It's come up because I don't love birds. So
no, try again. You are terrified of birds.
Yeah, I don't.
He's afraid of birds.
I'm afraid of birds. So when anyone asks me, it leads me to a story, and Frank's involved in the story, and then that story leads to another Frank story, and there's two Frank stories, and Laura loves both of them and wants to honor Frank this October.
We want to find him and then take both of the anecdotal images and superimpose them onto a baptismal cake. Right. And deliver it to him.
You're really committed to calling it a baptismal cake.
Well, yeah, because think of the curly kind of white frosting border.
Right.
That's what I picture with the airbrushed parrot perched on a little carton of milk.
Mm-hmm. So, story number one, bird story. So what happened was, it was about second grade, which is I think when both of these happened, second, third grade. The Zoomobile came to our school, which was a van from the zoo, right? And the woman would come in and bring animals in and show all the kids. So all of us kids were jammed in this hallway, just tight, right? Because everyone wants to be close to see the animals. So we're all jammed in there, and she's bringing the animals in and out. It's a good time. And then she brings this parrot in or whatever it was, and the thing was not loving probably all these kids, and so it kept ruffling its feathers and cawing and stuff, and the woman was trying to calm it down, but it wasn't working. So the thing jumps off of her hands and flies down into the kids, and all of the kids kind of lean out of the way, right? And the thing kind of soars down through and then lands right on my leg and just looking me in the face and cawing and digging its, talons, its parrot talons into my leg. And so it's terrifying as a second grader. So naturally, I start crying. And all the kids around me, all the other second graders, start just staring at me, because when you're in second grade and someone's crying, you stare. So they were doing that, right? And it just makes it worse, right? And Frank was around me, he was sitting next to me or behind me or something, and he's like, you cry too. And all the kids just stop staring at me and leave me alone, kind of a thing. And so he kind of came to my rescue. Other story is weirder. So, as a kid, I always was thirsty. I was the kid who would drink some huge tall glass of milk at dinner. Just I don't know why, but I would complain to my mom that at lunch I was always thirsty, and the little carton of milk wasn't cutting it for me. So she was like, "Oh, well, then I'll get you 2 cartons of milk," Oh, and I was so excited about that. But again, unheard of in the second grade. No one gets 2 cartons of milk. It's milk. There must be a mistake. Why does he have? So I get my 2 cartons of milk, and all the kids are asking me, why does he get 2 cartons of milk? Why do you have that? And it's I just start collapsing into myself and not responding or answering, and just probably staring at my desk. And Frank goes, maybe he's thirsty. And so everyone cuts out, stops asking.
Just shuts it down.
And so Laura loves those 2 stories, and they really stuck with me. And she loves that Frank came to my rescue. Mm-hmm. And so that we are looking.
They weren't even really friends. It was just he was this big tough kid who just stuck up for Tom, and I love that.
Yes.
So if you or anyone you know is information about the whereabouts of Frank Gianfrancesco, he grew up in the Greece, New York area.
Yes.
He went to Mother of Sorrows as a child.
Yes.
Catholic school.
Yes. Then Arcadia.
And then Arcadia. So we are trying to locate him. So if you have any connection to Frank Gianfrancesco, we're just trying to piece together clues to find him. And then we will, at the end of this, we will present him with a cake
Yep.
featuring the images of the parrot clutching the...
If you also have decent cake skills.
If you can airbrush that scene into a cake, that would also be a great kindness to the cause.
Yeah.
But I think that Adam's Acts is all about extending unexpected kindness. And for like this tough second grader to be all like, don't mess with Tom. That's funny to me.
Yeah.
I think we should reward him for this kindness that he did when you were younger.
Yeah, that'd be great.
So, we have been... Tom's just been dying to like get in front of the camera and tell those
really
stories.
Want to share all this.
We weren't in our pajamas or anything. We totally are still in our pajamas.
Yep.
We just changed our shirts. Tom's wearing sweatpants with his business shirt.
Proof.
Oh, I just really didn't feel like vlogging tonight, so this is what you got.